Hey guys, it's Mike the Wrestling Guy Smith. I'm gonna do something a little different today. I just got through the NXT thing. I'm gonna talk about something different. So, what culture, wrestle talk, Dave Meltzer thinks that the WWE is in a decline. And before I say why I don't think that's happening, because I don't think so, I'll tell you why. The reason why it's not going to decline because people are still tuning in because of NXT and because of 205 Live and NXT UK. Those are the big shows that are bringing everything in. The main roster shows with the Raw, SmackDown, like SmackDown is bringing it in too. And as much as we think it's getting a decline, it's kind of not really because the joke is, as much as people think, because it's not a hot new rivalry going on, and Joe's gonna kind of take Kofi to that rivalry place, which we really want to see. And that's what I'm trying to say. Raw's not really doing anything because Raw pretty much doesn't really give a shit. They're kind of making, they're just getting Roman to fight all these dudes, to fight freaking Drew McIntyre, Elias, and because Shane's trying to be a heel, which I get that, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, and I kind of feel like it's not because I think they're having more of a disconnect than it's is it declining? No, I think it's having a disconnect because they can't really push a lot of people now because all the new generation, like NXT's pushing their guys, but they're putting them in opportunity after opportunities, which is not really that bad of a show because NXT brings it. It's like a fresh breath of air because you see the Street Profits, you see guys like the Street Profits, you see the UK, our other side of the pond, which is the other side of the pond, which is NXT UK, and they're going to Download Fest every Wednesday. Download Fest, all these other places, the Royal Albert Hall, Cardiff. They're gonna be going to Cardiff. They might be going to Madrid, and I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, like. They're going places. They're going all over London and just blowing up because British Strong Style Wrestling is in. And as much as people say that it's going on a decline, it's really not. It's because NXT is a breath of fresh air. Because you get all these crazy like title based matches on regular TV rather than a takeover in a month. And that's what I mean. Like we're getting a bunch of stuff that we usually would never get. We're getting war games in the winter, in the fall. We're getting a bunch of stuff in the fall, but when the summer hits, it's slow because there's no point until SummerSlam until August. So that's like the biggest party of the summer because they're trying to push everything in there. And Brock's probably gonna do it at SummerSlam, and like I said, and I'm not making this a rant video because the fact of the matter is that as much as the WWE is getting ratings and losing people, it's because Raw doesn't want to push these people that need to get pushed. They're not pushing them. You got the Revival as the tag champs, which they're gonna defend the titles. You got Drew McIntyre fighting a dumb rivalry with Roman because of the fact of the matter is because of Shane, and then you got Elias doing nothing because he doesn't have a title, so there's no title. You got Ricochet being the U.S. champion, which actually makes a lot of sense because he deserves it, and you get one thing in the world. And like I said, you get one thing in the world, and it's getting titles. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I feel a lot of different emotions with it because it's like it's not really declining. It was only declining because Vince couldn't do anything. Vince basically told the show, the writers, the creators, creative to suck it. That's what he's basically telling. See, and he thinks Brock's gonna bring in the ratings. He did a couple of times, but now that Seth is Universal Champion, that was those ratings are gonna get worse because if you don't have I'm saying Seth is defending that title, which is bringing everybody to the plate. And the funny thing is, we're not even in the next year yet, but we're already getting talent coming from NXT going on to Raw and SmackDown. If Kushida comes to either Raw or SmackDown, that means both of the whoever gets him is gonna make him a fucking star. Because the joke is he's already gifted in NXT. That's why Drew Gulak came in, because 205 Live is not giving him what he wants. Same thing with Tyler Breeze. He could become a champion and actually be in NXT. Like, that's the thing he could have been. He could have been a champion if they pushed him. But he wasn't trying to be. Fandango could have been a champion. He wasn't trying to be. That's the point. Look at Ken Anderson, the guy who used to be Mr. Kennedy in 2008. The guy couldn't get pushed because he sucked. And when he went to TNA, they made him a big star because they changed his name from Kennedy to Ken Anderson. And he went from just being a straight asshole. And that was the thing about it. And I'll be honest with you guys, right? Everybody in the world has a reason. Everybody in the world has a thing. Everybody in the world has a something. Everybody in the world wants this. Everybody in the world doesn't want a reason to not be human. Or doesn't want a reason for God to let it go. And I'll be honest with you. This is the reason we face what we face every day in NXT and every day in NXT UK in 205. And I'll be honest with you guys, WWE could have been declining a couple of times because there's nothing to do with the talent. And I'll give you an example. One, Lacey Evans. She doesn't have anything. She's a bloody waste of time. They took Charlotte from SmackDown because Becky's undefeated. Bayley's making more headway as a champion, and she's doing it by herself. And the joke is, the Iconics don't know what to do against Asuka and Kairi Sane because they're fucking amazing. So that basically relieves them to go do something. And then I'll be even honest. I'll be even more honest. Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger could have had something, but Ty Dillinger couldn't be anything. Ty Dillinger couldn't go with it. Because Ty Dillinger didn't know what he wanted. He could have been a champion if they pushed him enough. Same thing with Shinsuke. He's had every belt except the World Heavyweight, the Intercontinental Champion. He's had the U.S. Champion, but he's never had the freaking Intercontinental. How does that go? Well, wait. Because now Rusev's contract is surprisingly expiring, and he's been here for almost like 3 or 4 years since he joined in 2013. Well, 14 because he came into NXT. That's the point. So, guys who literally went from being nothing to big stars, now they're going to say, oh, is WWE declining? No, I don't think it is. I think everybody's trying to be better than WWE. Look at AEW. We haven't heard anything about that TV deal ever since they announced it. And I'm telling you, and I'll be honest with you guys, I'm speaking my truth because you guys like what I'm saying. Lacey Evans isn't a bad person, but I believe she's not ready for the title. She's not ready for it. That's like putting Hernandez. That's the funny thing with Impact. They're bringing all the guys from WWE who want to be in Impact, like TJP. That dude went from Impact to go to WWE to be a bigger star. And guess what happened to him? He was the first Cruiserweight champion. Then Brian Kendrick took over. Then Cedric Alexander took over. Then Buddy Murphy. Then Tony Nese. Now Drew Gulak. And now he's mad because everybody didn't like him because he went heel? Really? So you'd rather go to freaking Impact and be TJP on Impact from Evan Bourne to Matt Sydal, and the guy he hasn't even lasted. And I'll be even honest with you, because Pulse was right. TNA still doesn't know what the hell they're doing, because you know what? They took all these dudes from freaking WWE like Alberto Del Rio. We haven't heard anything from him. Isn't that kind of a surprise? But Paige surprisingly came back after a fucking 4-year absence. But I'll digress though. I'm telling you guys, and this is a prediction I'm gonna make right now. I promise you, next year, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Kushida on the main roster. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Adam Cole and Undisputed Era on SmackDown. I wouldn't be. Because you know what? That's what SmackDown's tag division needs. An introduction of Undisputed Era. Because that's what we needed. They could have brought them, and I know why Triple H is not bringing them. I know why Vince is not bringing them up. Because Vince doesn't know what to do with them. He brings them to Raw. The freaking Revival wouldn't even know how to touch them because they're 4 dudes. It's not 1, it's 4 of them. 5 if you count Roddy. And I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. They're going to bring somebody else in, or they're going to recruit a guy. Because Undisputed Era is going to get that title. And the funny thing about Roderick Strong, he never loses. He's been winning. And you know what? I think he could win against Tyler Breeze. I think he could. So before anybody, and I'm going to tell you this, before anybody on What Culture or Wrestle Talk says that the WWE's declining, that's a bunch of crap. It's only declining because of the main shows, but if you actually think about it, if you really want to think about it, how is NXT doing so well? How is NXT UK doing well? And they're supposed to be developmental programs. And they got the biggest roster, almost as big as SmackDown's women's division, and almost big as SmackDown's men's division. So to be honest, the freaking women's division is stacked with a bunch of people. And you know what? What's even surprising, freaking R-Truth is actually the longest reigning 24/7 champion because he's never lost the belt. He's never lost it. And Drake Maverick's bringing cruiserweights in, so he could basically bring Kushida in as a cruiserweight. Nobody would even know he would be in. That's what we brought Ricochet for. Because he's bringing the ratings to people. Meaning he's going to want to fight Drew. He's going to want to fight for the Universal Champion. I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to go after Seth and go after the Universal Champion. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't see Casey Cat Mazzaro wanting to go after Becky Lynch. And she can do it. Because that would be the biggest power couple next to freaking Seth and Becky. I can see that happening. But you know what? I'm also going to be honest with you. You know why Raw kind of sucked a couple years? Because of John Cena. Because his whole gimmick got tiring. Because we know about it, bro. We know about hustle, loyalty, and respect. We know. We know about rising above. We've been around it. And it's not because of Roman. Roman could do a decent promo if you just let him relax. That's why I don't want a scripted promo. I'm going to make my own promo. I'm going to speak my truth like this is my promo. I'm going to speak my truth, guys. I'll be honest with you. WWE with NXT and NXT UK, and this is my point. It's not declining. Because you know what? How is NXT bringing in more viewers? And AEW doesn't even have a dimension because they're independent. They don't even have that. So this roster, they think they got a stacked roster. NXT's got double the stacked roster because of the UK. I don't even be honest about it. Because of Damian Priest. And we have never seen Damian Priest until now. I don't even know the guy. And I did research on him. This dude's a freaking god. And I'm being honest with you guys. The fact that they brought in Damian Priest and Kushida at the same time is nothing compared to what they're going to do. And Keith Lee, I'll be even honest, the guy's got more talent in his hand like Matt Riddle. Like when we brought him, nobody thought, oh, what can Matt Riddle do? Wait a minute, got into a title match, got a title shot, finally. With beating freaking Cassius Ohno, because Cassius Ohno was being a little girl and said, oh, I don't get respect, oh, I don't get this because I'm on UK. Yeah, because you know why, dude? Because you weren't doing anything. And I'm telling you, I like Keith Lee. I like the whole bask in his glory. Because nobody gets him. The guy has a freaking entrance and he has that freaking vibe of Vader, Vader, the animal. You know, all these dudes in here, all these legends that run through his veins. He's probably got more freaking blood, more freaking pizzazz than freaking Coco Beware. And I'll even be even better on that. And if they brought, I'm actually gonna throw you guys a little bit of a curveball. If they would have brought Jay Lethal into WWE, Black Machismo, this dude wouldn't even be able to. He would be a god in that in developmental. Like, are you nuts? And y'all looking at Keith Lee and all these other dudes who come in and the freaking breakout talent is the breakout talent? Are you for real? I apologize, guys. This is gonna be a little long because I gotta really get into this. Like I said, the breakout talent is for real. It's monstrous. We're getting a guy named Joseph Swag Lee, who has the same glasses as Velveteen. His gimmick's probably similar to Velveteen. I haven't seen the dude yet, and I want to see him next week. Like, come on. We're getting a guy. I mean, Swerve Lee. We're getting a guy who's in the breakout talent. So basically, if he wins the tournament, that dude probably will get a shot at NXT Gold. Come on. Are you kidding me? And we got Adam Cole making the Undisputed Era even better. Are you kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, they're going to say the W's in a sharp decline. No, it was on a sharp decline because you kept bringing people that didn't need to be back. You brought Kane back for a reason, and that was stupid because he left. He went to be mayor. Oh, wait a minute. I'll just bring back Luke Harper. I'll just make him a god. I'll just make him better with, Eric and Rowan. And then I'll make Bray some crazy freaking Steve Clues wannabe freaking gimmick. And then I'll make him insane like freaking Sweet Tooth with the crazy mask that looks like a Sweet Tooth mask and a Joker mask combined into one. And then they think it's a great idea to basically bring Brock in like he's going to be the freaking moneymaker because he never is. Because he's not gifted anymore. Seth took that gift and stomped him into his face. And he thought he was going to cash it in on Seth. Come on, Seth. He knows what's going to happen before you do. And the funny thing is, Paul can't do nothing about it. Paul could have just swerved him and said, you know what, Brock? Be special guest referee. Be special guest referee. Cash in your money in the bank. Bring the briefcase. So if Baron would have brought the match, Brock could have came in, cashed, and won at freaking Stomping Grounds, and we wouldn't even know, because it's not illegal. But they brought in Lacey Evans as a special guest referee. What, you promising her a title shot? She couldn't even do anything. She wouldn't even count the match, and they got the dude, which is John Cone, which he would have been a better guy. Special guest referee matches the special referee never, ever gets sucky. But that one was horrible. But anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe to the video. Peace.